What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Alfonso Speaks, and welcome back to those of you who have been here already. We're back with more Darrell Brooks, okay? And today we're going to go over the interrogation of Darrell Brooks. I'm probably going to make this around maybe 3 to 4 parts. You know, it's a 5-hour video, so obviously there's a lot to go through here, but we're definitely going to get through it. I just want to say a quick thank you to everybody who subscribed. Gained about like 400 subscribers in the span of like 3 days, and you guys have been active. You guys have been in the comment section. Your compliments are appreciated. You guys have been talking about my voice, calling me beautiful. Oh my gosh, thank you. I appreciate it. No, but honestly, seriously, you know, you guys have gravitated towards me, which is something I really do appreciate. I hope my videos are leaving a positive mark on your day. I hope that we're all growing from these videos, growing from this whole Darrell Brooks situation. And again, I hope we're all recognizing, you know, the people in our lives that are, you know, similar to, you know, our Darrell Brooks. I think that, you know, we all know people that remind us of Darrell Brooks in our lives. And I think it's important for us to basically keep in mind, you know, the kind of traits that people like him display on the regular. So I definitely want to get into this interrogation. But before we do that, just a couple of housekeeping notes. If you are not following me on Instagram, go ahead and do that now at Alfonso McCree Jr. I'll leave the link in the bio section. And also, if you guys are still searching for a holiday gift, the perfect holiday gift, look no further than the headphones that I have on my head. Kenichi Bear Headphones, Hibernation 5C model. If you guys are tired of paying the type of prices that you have to pay for Bose, for Beats, for Sonys, look no further. Kenichi Bear Headphones, surround sound, very, very soft and comfortable ear cushions. They're perfect for music. They're perfect for gaming. You can talk on the phone with them. And they're perfect for what I do right now, which is basically podcasting and creating videos. As you can see, I've been wearing them in all of my videos so far, and I really enjoy them. So if you guys want those, link below in the bio, Kenichi Bear Headphones, promo code Alfonso, all caps, ALPHONSO, Alfonso, okay? So make sure you guys tap into that and get yourself or somebody that you love a great holiday gift ahead of holidays. We're about 2 weeks, out from Christmas. It's the best time of the year for everybody but Darrell Brooks. You gotta love that. So let's check out what we have here. Now this is part one. Yeah. This is part one of the interrogation of Darrell Brooks, and I want to skip the parts. Bear with me. I'm skipping through the parts where they're just interviewing Detective Carpenter, and here we go. We're going right to the actual interrogation video. So this is when they have him in custody. They've arrested him, and it's Detective Carpenter, and I forgot the other gentleman's name. As you guys probably know about me by now, I'm bad with names. I forgot Attorney Basie's name. So let me know the other detective's name in the comment section if you guys will. But I know you guys are really looking forward to this one. This is one of my favorite interrogations ever, because you could see somebody just start falling apart because their lies aren't making sense anymore. So we're going to try to get through this, and we're going to try to dig into part 2 of this in the same video. So let's get started with this one now.
The person in that room in the red t-shirt with the mask partially covering their face, longer braided appearing hair, is Darrell Edward Brooks. The same individual sitting to my left in this suit, jacket, shorter hair, and surgical mask.
Okay. And the other 2 people depicted here?
The person, as you would look to the screen to the left, is myself, and on the right is Detective Ben Stern.
So again, going to 7 minutes.
Ben Stern, Detective Stern. Detective Stern. Yeah, I don't need you guys to tell me what it is anymore. Okay, I figured it out. So let's go ahead and get back to playing this thing so we can get to the fun stuff.
30 seconds, if we can play until 8 minutes and 20 seconds.
hang the metal pieces on the little machine thing that comes around. They take them, the pieces go through like this little steamer type machine thing, and then they paint it, and then they come back around and we just take them off the hook and just put them in the box, load them up, put them back on the truck. It was 4 on, 3 off, so that was more ideal because
that's a great schedule.
I mostly have my children the back half of the week.
Sure.
But since all this, I've been having them every day. So it's like,
how old are your kids?
My son.
This is where he starts lying to the detectives, to Detective Carpenter and Detective Stern. This is when he starts lying to them about his custody of his children. His children didn't even live in the state of Wisconsin. He's a habitual liar, but he's not even good at it. And he didn't even realize how horrible he was at lying until he finally ran into somebody not named Don Woods that he couldn't fool, that he couldn't talk his way out of trouble with.
My son is grown. My oldest daughter is 14, and my youngest daughter is 7.
You said your oldest son's grown. How old is he?
He's 18.
They all live with you then in Milwaukee?
Well, my son doesn't.
Your son doesn't?
My son doesn't.
Okay. All right.
So initially, what were you speaking with Mr. Brooks about when he was describing?
We're gonna keep going past this, guys. I think those of you who are not new to Darrell Brooks content, you kind of know what Detective Carpenter already said there. He's just saying, yeah, Brooks was being deceitful about the children. We later found out, in the investigation, that those children don't live with him. One lives in Atlanta, one lives in Iowa, and yeah.
Questions before I start for me.
Only thing I want to know is, what in the heck am I being charged with anything?
Well, she's making some, like I said, alleged allegations against you, kind of, for being physical. So that's what, if that's BS, that's what I'm looking to hear from you. Okay?
Total BS.
You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of, we couldn't track her down, so that's kind of where we're at. It's this typical back and forth stuff that guys like you go through with their baby mama all the time. And they're all, there's a lot of guys out there in your spot, and a lot of times, maybe it's not always fair to them, but that's kind of what
I wish they had a law to where people can, if you do that shit, you should get in trouble.
Sure. Yeah.
Like, why? You shouldn't be able to just be like, oh, I'm pissed off, so I'm going to call and do this.
Yes. I agree.
Like, why would you put me in that situation and then we're going to end up being together anyway? Why would you do that?
Trying to judge that credibility. Yeah, and that's total BS. So that's what that's why we're sitting in here with you, to try to sift through the BS, if that's what we got, and go from there.
Crazy, man.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right.
Fucking girl, man. I said this last night too, didn't I? She get drunk and remember I kept saying that she fucking acts a fool and I'm the one that pays for it.
Yep.
Can you tell the jury a little bit about this clip?
So again, we're going to keep moving past. I think you guys can kind of see for yourselves what's happening in that clip. I'm going to skip Detective Carpenter talking about it, and we're going to get right back into the interrogation.
Get out here.
I was meeting up with a friend to watch the Packer game.
Okay.
That's the only reason why I was out here.
Where did you go to watch the game?
To a friend named Stephanie.
To a friend named Stephanie. Nobody says it like that. If you ask me a question and I know confidently what the answer is because I'm telling the truth, I'm not going to stutter when it's coming out. It's obvious. In Darrell Brooks' words, it's obvious he's making up stuff on the fly. He doesn't even have a last name for Stephanie. There's no way I'm going to go to somebody's house, not know anywhere about where I am, not know their last name, nothing, and feel comfortable there. It's just me.
A house, a bar, or
A house.
And I don't mean to make you uncomfortable or anything, but what's the address there? What's
I
street is it
have
on?
no idea about Waukesha. I don't know the streets.
What was it near? I know you had to see something near it. So what was it near?
Like a gas station?
Have you been to the house before?
No.
Never before?
No.
What's Stephanie's last name?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
When did you guys set this up?
Maybe a couple of days ago.
Okay.
Like I said, I have a few friends. I have a few friends in Milwaukee that have people out here, so it's not, I don't, like I said last night, I don't know the streets in Waukesha. It's not where I usually hang out at, so I couldn't say, well, this street, and this, you know, I couldn't.
All right.
Stephanie, like a friend of yours or like a friend of a friend?
A friend of a friend, mutual friend.
And what did you say her last name was?
I have no idea.
How long have you known her?
That was my first time meeting her. So
how did you get the number to know the house to go to?
a friend.
If I'm being asked this question and I'm innocent, I can just straight up say, yeah, my friend Marcus, he set the thing up. He said he knows Stephanie. I don't know, him and Stephanie have like some type of relationship or something. I don't know, or they might just be friends. I'm not really sure. I wasn't clear on that, but I'm cool with Marcus. I know Marcus. I trust Marcus. He said we're going over here to watch the game. I was like, cool, I'll come with it. I ain't got nothing else to do. So I met Stephanie for the first time today. She was cool. We were partying, drinking. Everybody was having a good time. We watched the Packers game. See, easy, like, information should just flow out of your mouth like that when you're telling the truth. Obviously, I just made that up, but like, whatever. My point, my point is still valid. My point is that if you're telling the truth about something, the information should just flow right out of you. Either you're lying or you're trying to withhold information. That's the only time somebody acts like this.
So, how did you get to her house?
My friend. I went with my friend.
Okay, who's that?
My friend, I don't really want to say his name.
You hear how his voice starts shaking?
Friend.
So, how did you get to her house?
My friend. I went with my friend.
Okay, who's that?
My friend, I don't really want to say his name.
Voice shaking, throat trembling. Why is that? Because that's what happens when BS leaves your mouth.
I don't know if that's going to incriminate him in anything. So.
It's funny he says that. I don't know if that's going to incriminate him in anything. Remember I told you guys, and a lot of you guys have said the same thing in the comment section. This man is a walking contradiction. On one hand, in court, right, he's claiming the sovereign citizen theory, but then 5 minutes later, he's saying that the court is violating his constitutional rights. But you don't have any constitutional rights if you're not under the jurisdiction of the Constitution of the United States as a sovereign citizen, right? And then here, I don't really want to say his name because I don't want to incriminate him in anything. But then later on in the interrogation says, what if it wasn't me driving? What if I know who it was, but, you know, it wasn't me driving. It was just my mom's car. Ready to throw somebody under the bus, right? He's a walking contradiction.
Okay, so let's go with this. How did you...
Even his head doesn't fit his body. He is a walking contradiction. It makes no sense.
I know you saw Erica yesterday in Waukesha because we talked to her. Now, I don't know everything that went on. I'm not saying I believe everything she told the other officers. How did you come to meet with her in Waukesha, one? And two, you say you don't know Waukesha, but where did you meet her? A gas station, a park? I know you met her. Where did you meet her? What happened yesterday?
Yeah,
because if this is BS, like you say, and I know you met her, what happened? What happened when you met her? Where did you meet her? Let's start with that.
By a gas station.
Okay.
I don't know what I was supposed to be getting some money from her.
Okay. For what?
It was the rest of my money that she had of mine that she was holding for me.
Okay, how much?
It was supposed to be $350.
Okay. And why did she have it? Why was she holding it?
She had been holding it for me for a few weeks now, but like I said, I hadn't seen her. She had seen
right.
my
What
mom.
was she holding? Why did she have it? Why was she holding it for you?
She was just holding it for me because I told her to hold it for me. But it didn't have anything to do with, this was weeks ago. She had been holding the money. And because
Why would you tell somebody to hold your money for you? Can any of you think of any reason why you would give somebody money and tell them, can you hold this for me? How would that story even make sense? Unless you were doing something illegal. Like, oh, hey, I need you to hold this money for me because I got a search warrant out for my arrest and I don't want the cops finding this money that I got stashed up here. So can you hold it for me and I'll get it back from you in a couple of weeks? That really could be the only explanation for why somebody would need to hold your money for you. I'm just saying. Y'all let me know if I'm tripping. Because that just doesn't make no sense to me.
because I had no contact with her, I couldn't tell her, and my mom wasn't gonna let her come to the house to bring it.
Mm-hmm.
And I told her, look, man, if I'm gonna be out there, I'll meet up with you and get the money, but I'm not hanging out with you, I'm not having sex with you. And she was just like, oh, you wanna kill? I'm like, I'm not finna do none of that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry I keep pausing y'all, but he's saying a lot of stuff that's just like sparking thoughts in my head. Do you see how he tries to make Erica look like the thirstiest girl in the world? Like, from the start, from his arrest, he was trying to make Erica look bad, all the way up until the trial, all the way up until still now, where he keeps trying to grab this dog hold on her with this Milwaukee case. I don't know, man. Like, I don't know if she can or not. I don't know if it's up to her ultimately or if it's up to the state. But if I was Erica, man, I'd just drop them charges against Darrell in Milwaukee. I would just drop them. We don't have to see him again. I don't have to be subpoenaed by him again. Like, none of that stuff. He can finally go rot in jail for the rest of his life. In prison, sorry. Jail is too nice for him. He can go rot away in prison for the rest of his life if those charges just get dropped. The sooner that trial is over, the better for Erica Patterson.
I'm not supposed to be around you. I get that. I understand that. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I'm not supposed to be around you. I love you to death, man. You're my baby mama. I'm not going to, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't supposed to be like a hangout thing. I told her, I'm like, I'm out here. And she's like, oh, where you at? Where you at? Where you at? And I'm like, look, I'll meet up with you to get the money and, you know, give you a hug or whatever. But she was like, well, gee, I need something. I'm like, no, we can't do all that. I'm not going to have sex with you. I'm not going to hang out with you or none of that.
All right. So you told her you weren't going to do any of that stuff.
No.
How did you set the meeting up? Did you talk to her on the phone, Facebook Messenger, text message?
I talked to her.
I don't think she said anything about that. So just, I mean, if she's BS, how did you
Yeah, because this is what she does.
Hold on one second. Hold on, one thing at a time. How did you set the meeting with her? How do I verify?
That's what I'm saying. If she can't get in touch with me, that's what she'll do. She'll go to social medias and do all this and try to talk to people and all this and that. I got in contact with her through a mutual friend that we both know. And I was like, okay, tell her I'm out in Waukesha or whatever, and I'll meet up with her to get the money. And then she put us on the call. And she was just like, where you at? Yeah. And she was just like, where you at? I'm like, look, I don't know where I'm at. Do you still got that money? She's like, yeah, I want to give you the money, and I want to do this and do that. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna hang out with you. I'm gonna meet up with you, get the money, give you a hug and kiss. We'll talk later.
Was it still daylight?
It was still daylight. It was still daylight.
So after that,
this was, I think the game was still on.
Game was on. So
the game was still on.
Left Stephanie's to go.
Yep. The game was still on. So I was like, fuck it. You know what I mean? I want to see you. I ain't seen you in like a month. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to lie and say, man, that's my baby mama. I love this woman. But I can't hang out with you. I can't do anything with you, you know, that type of thing, deal, and whatever the case may be. But, yeah, that.
And this is on your cell phone? The three-way call, obviously, it's your cell phone because you're not on the phone, right?
My friend's phone.
Friend's phone.
Yeah.
But yesterday, so do you have your phone?
No. That's what I'm saying. No.
So who is the friend whose phone you were using talk to her on a three-way call?
I don't want to say his name because I don't want to.
Okay, I guess, so you saw her though, right? You met up with her? Okay. So, how did the conversation with her end?
With me walking off and her being pissed off that I didn't want to hang out with her. I said, look, I'm not supposed to be around you, I'm gone.
Okay.
When she said,
Whose car did you use to get out
she
here?
said I didn't have a car.
So whose car did you use to get to Waukesha?
So here we go. All right, Detective Carpenter's starting to plant those seeds of the vehicle, introducing a vehicle into the line of questioning. And Darrell doing everything in his power in this moment to steer the conversation, ironically, steer the conversation away from anything related to vehicles whatsoever. If it has four wheels and the engine, he does not want to talk about it right now at all.
My friend is the one that said he was gonna go hang out and watch the Packer game. I said I'm gonna go with.
Okay. Whose car did you use to get out to Waukesha?
I didn't use anybody's car.
Where does your friend live?
My friend lives in Milwaukee.
So you didn't walk to Waukesha. Whose car did you guys use to
My
get
friend.
out?
I just said my
What
friend.
type of car does he have? I'm just trying to figure out how you got here.
He's getting cornered. He's getting cornered. It's getting tougher and tougher to come up with a lie. He's getting real cornered here. And now look, he's gonna try to deflect.
Yeah, I know, but it seemed like you trying to like spin me up or something. Like
I'm just asking how you got here. Whose car did you drive out here?
I didn't drive at all.
Whose car did you come out here in?
My friend.
Okay, right. What kind of car is it? So here's the thing, Darrell.
Okay.
Obviously, she's coming at us. I told her she's talking about some domestic-related issues, okay? I don't know if she's on BS. I don't know if she's not.
I'm telling you.
Hold on, let me finish.
Okay.
Let me finish. I don't want you to get...
Yeah, because
Hold on, let me finish. I don't entirely know all that, okay? I'm just right now trying to figure out how you get out here. So I got to step out with my partner for a minute. Just relax. I don't want you to get you all nervous, okay? But, I'm not trying to be confrontational, but I don't think when you meet her out in Waukesha, and you're not from Waukesha, I think a reasonable question is to ask, how did you get out here?
Yeah.
Whether you drove, someone else drove, and if so, when you got out here, what type of car you were in. So just, every hour or so, my boss, he knows we're out here. I just got to call him and say, yeah, we're talking. I'll call you back later. Just got to step out, throw in a line with him, and we'll come back. Just chill out here, enjoy your soda. We'll be right back. All right? Sound good? Okay.
So we done talking or?
No,
No,
come
come
back.
back.
Just chill out, and we'll be back.
You just gotta make that call.
So I just got to make that call.
That check-in call.
All right?
In the middle of the conversation?
Well, do you want to tell me about the car?
We'll just go another couple minutes.
Yeah, but
I got to call him. I can come back, but I just...
listen, I'm willing to listen, Carpenter. You been straight up with me. You been straight up with me, right?
Mm-hmm.
All I'm saying is I just want to know what I'm looking at and if I can just notify my girls. That's it. I don't have a problem with talking to you guys at all. I just want to know what am I looking at. That's
Well,
it.
at the start, she called about some domestic abuse-related stuff. Now, I didn't talk to her myself. I told you that at the start. You said she was crazy. We talked
Y'all
about
know that. Y'all talked to the woman.
No, I didn't.
Oh,
Other
I
officers.
apologize. You talk.
Slow
Other
down.
officers that we listen to the interview.
Slow down, Darrell.
Did she look beat up? Did she look like, dude?
Darrell,
Like,
listen
come
to me.
on now, man.
Slow down, dude. All right? We can't explain it to you if you keep talking over us. You know what I'm saying? All right? I didn't talk to her. I didn't see her. Okay? Now...
So, once again, he is really hanging on to the domestic violence conversation. Like, that's the only thing that he really wants to talk about is the domestic violence situation. If it's not the domestic violence situation, this man don't want to talk about it. Okay? He's trying to steer the conversation as far away from the parade as he possibly can. So every time they bring Erica back up, That's what he wants to push. That's the conversation he's going to try to push.
That, and then she makes this complaint when she gets you back.
Yeah, and it's like, why do you do this to me? And I promise you, my right hand to...
Isn't his shoulder hurting? Seems like he's using his arms pretty freely, right?
God Almighty on the throne with Jesus next to his side. The woman is going to sit up there and say, I was drunk, I was mad, blah, 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 blah. But it's like, now I got to go through everything just for you to do that. Why did you do this to me?
So you think she's going to come back to us?
So again, we have a lot more here in this interrogation. What I want to do is, just I don't really want to focus on the questioning part where, between Attorney Basie and Detective Carpenter. I feel like you guys can, whatever commentary they would end up giving you, you guys can get from me, and that's what I'm going to give to you guys. So let's get into part 2.
The jury brought out. I'm glad you're back here, sir. I am, sir, actually.
He thinks the judge is his friend. Are you, Your Honor? Are you sure you're happy I'm back in the courtroom? Bro, like, get out of here, man. Like, you're in here for a serious offense. And you brought up subject matter jurisdiction. I can tell it by the look on your face. I ain't even got to play the video to know. I can tell by the freeze frame.
What's your buddy's name? Can we get that? Have we got to talk to him to verify you're on the up and up and she's on some BS?
His name is Marcus.
What's his last name?
I don't know his last name.
What's his phone?
You don't know the last name of your friend Marcus. I know the last name of all of my friends. If I'm going somewhere with them, I know their last name. I know their middle name in some cases. You mean to tell me you don't know your friend's last name? Can you guys think of any friend that you've traveled somewhere with, got in their car, basically put your life in their hands because they could have took you anywhere or drove any type of way, and you don't know their last name?
467. Oh, wait, hold on.
How do you not know your friend's number? Now I get it. We live in a day and age where we have contacts saved, and we don't have to look at the number too often. So maybe that's fair. You know what I mean? But based on the context of the situation, the fact that we know he's lying, look how hard he's straining to make it look like he's really trying to think of this phone number.
If I had my freaking phone somewhere. 467.
Oh, and he tries to slide in a little comment. Man, if I just had my phone somewhere. 467. Bro, he thinks he's slick with everything he does. He's not slick. They see right through him. They see right through him. He thinks he's John Cena. But he ain't. Except his time is now in state prison.
85, 31 or 30 or something like that.
101 Square?
Yes, sir.
And he lives in Milwaukee?
Yes, sir.
And you guys came out here together?
Yes.
Okay, so he is.
Well, like I said, Stephanie was. She's a older mixed lady, so she's not. Who
do you know in Waukesha other than her?
I know a guy named Terrion. I met
Terrion there.
I don't know where he lives now. I've been knowing him for maybe 5-6 years. I just know he stays in Waukesha. He comes down to Milwaukee a lot, and then he comes back up here.
How old is he?
Like 34, 35.
34.
Maybe.
I know
a lot of females.
Well, how many times have you been to Terrion's house?
Once in like 2018.
Do you remember?
It was like an apartment. It wasn't a house though.
Apartment?
Yeah.
Do you remember what was near it?
I think it was like right on the main street.
What's the main street? There's a lot of
Like
streets. Like
whatever
near
street
downtown?
what would be considered downtown?
Where all the bars and restaurants and
It
shops
Business
are.
district. Is Stephanie place near downtown? Is there a bunch of bars and a business district right near there?
The only thing I can remember is a gas station, like a TD Quarter gas station. I think this street is like a one-way. Whatever street is right here is like a one-way, and it's a gas station like right here.
Remember what kind of gas station? With the Global Speedway, Quick Trip, Hometown.
Not a Quick Trip, not a Speedway, like the blue and white one.
Blue and white. Any schools or parks nearby your house? Something like that? Anything you remember like that? Trails?
I know that park. I know that park is by old girl's house.
By whose house? Stephanie?
Yeah.
Park. What?
I don't know the name of the park, but it has like a little creek or something. It was something going on out there yesterday to where a lot of shit was blocked off.
Okay.
This is one of the things that Judge Darrell pointed to in her sentencing remarks, that Darrell Brooks was fully aware that there was something going on that day. When he ran through the parade, he was fully aware that there were going to be people out there. He was fully aware of everything. And he still made the decision to harm and to kill.
I don't, like I said, I don't know about Waukesha, I don't know. But it seemed like everybody was at that park kind of walking around that creek.
Like a playground type park, or like a
park. It seemed like a little creek or something. Well, I don't know if you would say a creek. What would that be? But
river?
Would that be a river? Does Waukesha have a river? Well, I know it's just a small body of water. It's like, how would I describe it?
But there were barricades blocking some shit off near there?
No, it looked like in that area.
In that area?
In that area, it looked like a bunch of shit was like blocked. You couldn't go down certain streets or some shit. I don't know, but that park is close to the old girl's house, where that's why I said, look, when our friend was like, you know, your baby mama trying to get in touch with you. And I'm like, yeah, what's up? What's she telling you? What's going on? And she was just like, well, she said she got some money for you. And I was like, why would she tell somebody else? That's what I started thinking at first. Like, that's like, why is you think? Because she'll tell me the same thing. Don't tell people our business. So then when she put us in, when she merged us in, you out here. I'm like, man, yeah, but I'm like, what's up? Like, yeah, okay, cool. You gonna fit? No, not staying out here like that. I'm watching the game and I'm gone.
So she tell you where to meet, or you tell her where to meet?
She told me where to meet. I said, it's a gas station right here. And she was like, is it a park right there? I'm like, I don't know. Is it a park right here? They like, yeah, there's a park right down here, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, well, just meet me over there.
Ain't it crazy how he like introduces other characters? Like, this man is completely in his head creating this lie in real time, and it's so deep that he's creating a cast of characters to surround the lie with. This is incredible.
I get the money from you, give you a hug, give you a kiss, and, you know, I'll call you later or whatever. It wasn't supposed to be us hanging out, spending time together. It wasn't that. It wasn't supposed to be that. She got mad because I didn't want to do that. That's why I kind of figured, but like I said, I didn't see her drink. I'm not going to sit here and say I saw her drink. I'm not going to lie on her. I didn't.
He's trying his absolute best to keep the topic on Erica Patterson, man. Look how hard he's fighting for that.
But when she started acting like, yeah, you finna, that's when I kind of was like, she probably been drinking. She probably haven't just stopped drinking, but you was drinking sometime today. I know you was drinking sometime today. I didn't tell her that. I said, yeah, because she's acting too, you know what I mean? Oh, you just think you finna get the money and leave, and you must got some bitch waiting on you, and blah, 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 blah. I'm like,
he's actually unintentionally funny though, because like, why are you doing this voice? like, this man is committed to the act. I gotta respect it a little bit. He's committed to the act. He's, you know, at my school at Full Sail, I went to the Dan Patrick School of Sportscasting. Shout out to Dan Patrick. And this man had a faculty of members who all told us the same thing. If you're gonna do something stupid, lean into the stupid. If you're gonna write a funny script, if you're gonna write something comedic to perform at the anchor desk, lean into it all the way. And you know what? That's what Darrell Brooks is doing. He should have pursued his degree in sportscasting, and then he could have a channel like this. But instead, he can't even really have access to a computer. Oh, sucks to suck.
See, this is why. This is why I just should have just watched the game and laughed, dude. Like,
All right. So
the fuck, man.
So you came out. How did you get out here?
Language.
My friend.
What type of car did you drive?
Oh, man. It's like a Kia type of car. I don't know if it's a Kia, but it's a small four-door car like that, in that type of model.
Okay. What color is it?
Like 10.
And was it just the two of you that rolled out together? Did anyone roll out from Milwaukee with
No,
you?
it was just us two.
Two of us.
He said there probably was gonna be some chicks over there. You know, like I said, the Stephanie girl is an older woman. She, you know, likes to party, drink, you know, watch the game. She cooks.
Sure.
Cool, fuck it, let's watch the game. Shit, I was only gonna probably go to my mom's house and watch the game there, and my mom has to go to work. So I was just gonna be sitting there like this. Fuck it, might as well go. You know what I'm saying?
Did he offer to drive?
And at the same
Oh,
time,
sorry.
cool, I can get the money from, you know, that she been holding for me.
Yeah. Did he offer to drive? What? I mean, do you have your own car? Did he offer to
No,
drive?
I don't.
How did you guys come?
I don't own a vehicle.
Don't own
So,
a vehicle.
nope.
Do you have any car you can drive at all?
No, I have license.
A straight up lie. Straight up lie.
So you have a.
I do have license, but no vehicle.
Don't ever use your niece's, nephew's, mom's car or anything like that.
My nephew doesn't have a vehicle. My niece is 14.
So what about your mom?
No, my mom doesn't even know how to drive.
She doesn't have a car, doesn't know how to drive.
She doesn't know how to drive.
Does she
She
have a
never
car?
learned.
He's trying to avoid that question, does your mom have a car? He's trying to avoid that question. And instead he's answering it as, she never learned. No, does she have a car? She never even learned how to drive. Does she have a car? Yes or no? She never learned how to drive. Can you believe it?
Okay. Does she have a car that she lets you use at all?
No.
Does she have a car at all? Maybe that not that she lets you use. Does she have a car in her name at all?
This is where Carpenter lays the
I think
hammer
she
down.
did at one point.
Does she right now?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say no because I don't know. I honestly don't know. Me and my mom we was kind of having family issues for a while, so we didn't talk for a while. Issues that didn't have nothing to do with this. It was between me and her. So we started back talking when I was in Georgia. So whatever she had going on when I was on the West Coast, coming back to Milwaukee, I don't know. But I can tell you this. My mom is 60-some years old. She's never drove. She doesn't know how to drive. She doesn't even have a license.
Okay.
She catches the bus to work, which I don't like her doing because Milwaukee. Sure. She has to go. She works at Freighter, so she has to go. The way her bus route goes, she has to go way up to like 92nd. Then somewhere she told me they don't even have a bus depot thing. Mm-hmm. So it's getting cold as shit, and it's dark out there, and she's just standing out there. And I was just like, damn, I don't want. So I'm like, you probably gonna have to change your route to catch the bus from downtown Milwaukee on Wisconsin Street, downtown Milwaukee, and then go up because I don't like her.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't like her doing that.
So you just argued a little bit, and then you're saying you walked away yesterday.
Yeah, I just told her. I'm not finna freaking. It was people out there. They would tell you, I did not put my hands on this woman. I did not push this woman. I did not choke this woman. I did not kick this woman. I did not grab this woman. I did not do anything to this woman.
People out there, as in like Just regular old civilians?
Just regular
Like
civilians. Just
people
regular,
that know you?
regular civilians.
Did you meet her by yourself?
I met her by myself.
No one from the house went with you?
No one. And there was people walking up and down the street. Like I said, it was people out because it was daytime. So it wasn't like we was just in some secluded area where it was just me and her. It was people out there, and
But anybody that knows you or knows
nobody
her?
that knows me. Nobody that knows me. I don't know if it was anybody around that knows her, but I know people were walking up and down the street. People were walking around that park.
Sure.
It was like, basically, we were out in public. Like, if we was out in public, if something would have happened, people would have, yo, what the hell? Like, where was we going to go to not be seen?
All right, so I might have missed this. You touched on it. You were at the gas station or the park? I know the park's nearby. You met her at the
No,
gas
I'm saying the
station.
gas station. No, I met her at the park. The gas station was by the area that we were in. The gas station is by that park.
Yeah, I'm just clarifying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which car were you in when you met her at the...
I didn't meet her in the car. I walked right over there. I walked right over there to the park, and she was standing like right wherever this entrance to this park is. Like I said, it was people everywhere. So
Yeah.
anybody would see us standing out there. She was standing right there waiting for me. I walked up, gave her a hug, and I was like, and she was just like, well, my friend has my purse, so I don't have the money and all this. I'm like, so you had me come way out here?
Like the power play or something?
That basically was like, yeah.
Okay.
You know, you basically, you see how fast you caught on to that, and I'm just like, you had me come way out here. You know, I ain't even supposed to be around you like that. You had me come way out here to meet you. For you to try to play and shit like this, I said, no, man, I'm gone.
Yeah. So
I'm out.
it was daylight when you met up with her. Was it still daylight pretty much when you walked away from her?
Yeah, it was daylight the whole time. This was broad daylight. That's what I'm saying. Like, people outside, everything going on, people walking around the park. I'm like, anybody would have saw us talking. Anybody would have saw if anything happened. Anybody would have saw if I did something to her, she did something to me, if I ran from the scene, if I did this, anybody would have seen it.
Do you know how she got out here to meet you out here? She didn't say?
She's apparently been staying out here.
Okay. So were you...
This is what she told our mutual friend. I don't know if that's true.
All right.
I haven't talked to her and haven't seen her in like almost a month.
That's fine.
So I don't know.
You said you don't know where your phone is. We're talking your cell phone, right?
Yeah.
You're not sure. Did you leave it? Do you keep that with you? Is that your phone that you have with you all the time? Because you seem, I don't know where it is. I don't have it. You seem confused. It's missing. Is that something?
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
Like if you go somewhere, do you take your phone?
Absolutely. My mom just got me that phone. It's my first ever iPhone.
Okay.
I don't know if she was using it first kind of thing, but she was just like, I got a surprise for you. No, I never had an iPhone.
Hopefully we'll find it for you. And that's the number with the 610, if I had to call you after
Yeah.
today, the 610, whatever.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. That's why I was asking him. I said, man, when I told him, I said, look, yo, I'm reaching for my ID. That's why I said, how can y'all not find my flip-flops or my phone? I had on some Green Bay Packer flip-flops because it was game day.
All right, guys, we're going to keep going like we did last time. We're going to skip through the questioning of Detective Carpenter, and we're going to go right back into the interrogation video.
Where did you go? Do you have they found it was cold yesterday. You didn't have a jacket. Did you have a jacket with you?
I didn't initially have a jacket because, like I said, I was riding with somebody else. So I figured.
So you didn't bring one in anticipation of the cold?
I didn't because I figured I'm going from the house right to wherever we're going. So to me it wasn't like I'm finna hang out with y'all all night type of deal. We was just supposed to be watching the game, having a few cold ones, and then I was getting dropped back off home.
So what happened, Darrell, where you ended up, so I know you say you're not familiar with the area. So
At all.
I'll lay this out for you.
At all.
So follow me for a minute. You say you're kind of near this park. I got an idea in my head of where you're talking, based on my knowledge of the city. right near Stephanie's where you're hanging around watching the game and Marcus is there. You came out here with your phone because you take it with you. How did you end up at this guy's house? Now you said when you walked away from Erica, did she go the other way?
I don't.
You walked away.
From what I remember, she just stood there.
Okay,
She was just standing there like.
Right. So you walked away and it was over.
It was over.
It was over. How did you end up at a guy's house asking to use his phone, which is blocks away from Stephanie's? Okay, I can tell you that based on my knowledge of the city, based on approximately where you're telling me it is, without your phone in your shoes. You understand where that's kind of weird? How did you get to be over there? What happened?
Yeah, what basically happened with that was when I got back over here by old girl house, I just said, because I don't really know Stephanie like that. It's my friend's friend or partner or whatever the case may be. They was getting into it about pretty much the same thing that I was getting into it with Erica about. I was just like, him.
Who's him?
Marcus. Him, her, and whoever else, Stephanie.
Was there anyone else there other than?
Yeah, at her house, yeah.
Okay.
A few girls that I didn't know, but they had already said it was gonna be people over here.
Okay.
So,
All right. So
I was pissed because I feel like I just met up with her, with my baby's mama. I just met up with her for absolutely nothing. You tell me, okay, you out here in Waukesha, I'm out here, let's meet up, I got your money, and then I walk over here and you don't have the money. Or you do or you don't, you just ain't gonna give it to me. However the case may be, so I'm just like, okay, whatever.
well, hold on.
So when I get back,
you're pissed, but
when I get back over there, I'm pissed.
Okay.
They was getting into it, and he like, man, come on, bro, we just finna go. And I'm like, what the fuck going on? Like, I just got into it with it. Now y'all into it. He like, man, this bitch tripping, whatever, let's go. I'm like, nah. No. I'm like, I'm out, dog. And I just started
Marcus
walking.
wanted to leave.
He wanted to leave, but I don't know what the fuck he was on. Doobie, he probably didn't even get into it with old girl, but he out there like, man, let's just go, bro.
How long have you known Marcus?
I know Marcus for years.
Known Marcus for years, but I don't know what his last name is. And I don't know what the make and model of his car is. Like, come on, man. Like, if you're gonna be a professional liar, you have to be better than this. This is bad.
Okay. I'm gonna be straight with you, because you've been asking me for that all along. That doesn't make sense. Listen to me, okay? Just listen to me. You go to this house. You leave. That wind was cold as hell.
Not at first.
Well, by the time it was getting later in the day, I mean, after the Packer game, you're talking 3:30, 4 o'clock, it was getting cold. I was outside for a while.
Yeah, about like
So,
3:30, yeah.
by the time you're talking, it was getting cold. All right? Marcus is ready to leave because this bitch is being crazy. He's like, I'm out. You just went through the same experience from what you're telling us. You live in Milwaukee.
I don't know what
Hold on,
exactly
hold on,
happened with
hold on.
him, though.
I mean, I told you to let me wait out. I know you don't know exactly what happened. But who are you going to trust more? Marcus, who you've known for years, or Stephanie? Why would you walk away, walk all the way down to where you did, leave your phone in the apartment, apparently?
No, I didn't.
Follow what you're saying,
I didn't leave it. I didn't leave it.
and go down to where you were and not take the ride back to Milwaukee. You follow what I'm saying?
Right.
Can you understand?
I don't know if
why
he
that
left and
doesn't
went
make
back to
sense.
Milwaukee, though. I don't know if he did that.
But how are you going to get back if you don't get in the car?
I called an Uber. That's what I did.
So what happened? How did you get all the way to where...
So he called an Uber, which is factual. He did indeed call an Uber after the parade attack. But he said he called an Uber. But he also just said his phone was dead. So he couldn't even use his phone to talk to Erica, use somebody else's phone to talk to Erica. How did you call an Uber with a dead phone? I mean, I'm asking you guys as if you're the ones being interrogated. He doesn't make any sense. I think we can all see that.
Where you went, because there's all these businesses in between where you were and where you got to. How did you end up at a random house without your shoes and your phone, Darrell?
This is what I'm saying. I had my flip-flops on. I had them.
Okay.
I just said that.
Where did they go?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if when they slammed me down, they just never, I don't know.
When they slammed me down, which never even happened in the first place. Darrell uses this tactic so often. He used it here. He used it with the fake COVID thing. He also used it with the whole paper cut situation early on in the trial as well. Anytime he's feeling like everybody is against him and has him sorted out, he cries wolf and says something hurts. Because this is probably the stuff that worked with Dawn. This is probably the things that he was able to use to get out of bad situations that he didn't want to be in anymore. But this time you're dealing with the big boys. This ain't gonna work.
I'm not throwing 2 doors, not just the one.
So you had your flip-flops.
I had my Green Bay Packer flip-flops on. Yes.
Green Bay Packer. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. I wasn't just walking around with no shoes. That didn't happen until after the fact. That's what I'm trying to say. Like,
So I guess another question I would have for you is if you had your phone too, correct?
yeah,
Okay, you didn't leave it at the apartment.
no.
Does that make sense?
That's why I was telling you it should have been on the grass. Remember, I described the phone to you. I said it's black. It has a cracked screen.
Yep. Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Why are you asking other people to use their phones? Why is that guy letting
My
you?
phone was dead.
Okay. When did it die?
His phone's dead. Like, do you see how they're catching him? They're like, he called an Uber, so why are you asking to use other people's phones? Oh, my phone's dead. How did you call an Uber with a dead phone?
I have no idea. And I didn't have a charger.
But you used it for the 3-way call.
And I used his phone for the 3-way call. Like I said, we got a mutual friend named Michelle. Me and Erica do. I've known Michelle just as long as I've known Erica.
He's trying to bring the conversation back to Erica Patterson again.
She was the one that was telling me what's going on with you and your baby mama. Y'all not talking because she's trying to get in touch with you. I said, yeah, I know she probably trying to get in touch with me. Well, I'm finna merge y'all. That's how I end up talking to her and telling her I'll walk over and meet you to get the money or whatever, you just hug you, just whatever. I had my flip-flops on then. I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't just, because the way he was making it seem like I was just running around with no shoes to begin with.
Right.
It's like, no.
I mean, it was pretty cold. You didn't have a jacket or a sweatshirt.
Well, I didn't have a jacket to begin with.
Okay.
I didn't have a jacket to begin with, but I'm saying my shoes, I had flip-flops.
He had a jacket that he stashed in that playhouse. Remember, guys? He's trying to keep them from looking for anything like that. Because this is what he did to disguise himself. He took his jacket off. He tied his hair up. Got rid of his shoes. Because that made sense.
Flops.
You had a jacket before? Or
I
now?
never had a jacket. I had flip-flops. Green Bay Packer
Flip-flops, no
flip-flops.
jacket.
Right, because I didn't feel like I was going to be, like, I'm not going to be outside. Well, I'm thinking I'm not going to be outside. If I'm just going from a car to a house, there's no reason for me to have a coat on, or at least that's how I'm thinking. I always do that. That's just like if I had a car and I know I'm finna go somewhere and I'm like, I'm just going from here to here. Well, there's no reason for me to just get all bundled up and do all this and that. There's no reason for
Were there
me.
still a bunch of people out when you left? When you left her
It
house?
was still daytime.
Okay,
It was
so
still
there were a bunch
daytime.
of people when you were talking to Erica. There were still a bunch of people when you left Stephanie's.
When I was no, I wasn't talking.
When you left Stephanie's,
It was still daytime.
it was still daytime.
Yes.
Okay. Were there still a lot of people out?
It was still people out.
Okay.
There was still people out. Not a lot in that area. By the park, it was a lot of people out.
Okay.
Like I said, it looked like something was, I don't know what the hell. But it was a lot of people out. And it was, like I said, it was people, it was older couples walking down the street. It was younger people walking down the street. People
Was it like an event or something was going on?
I don't know, but it kind of seemed like it was a lot, like it was something going on to where it was vibrant. Because there was a lot of people everywhere.
Walking up and down the street.
Everywhere. It's people. That's what I'm saying. Like, if I got into a fight with her right there, it would be impossible for somebody to not be like, hey, this guy's fighting this chick or whatever the case may be. Like, how could somebody not see something?
How long was it between leaving Stephanie's and those cops yelling at you at the door of that guy's house?
Was it dark when they yelled at you?
Yeah, by the time they came, it was dark.
Okay.
But we had been sitting out there. We had been sitting out there for a minute, me and the guy. We was sitting right there on the porch. We was just sitting there.
To find how long? Estimate.
Maybe 20, 30 minutes, maybe. It wasn't long, but it was long enough for, like I said, he let me use his phone. We sat on the porch. We were sitting right there, just like this, just sitting on the porch. While I called me an Uber. I called the Uber. I said, look, man, I let him know. I said, look, I ain't trying to rob you or nothing like that. Because when I knocked on the door, he kind of was like, whoa. I'm like, look, I don't got no weapons. I'm not trying to break in your house. I'm not trying to rob you. Nothing like that, dog. I just need to call an Uber. That's it. I'm not, he was just like, okay, I'll come out. Boom. I need an Uber to, what's your address? He told me the address. And we was just sitting there waiting. That's how I was going to get back home. I told him, I said, I got the money on my card. I'm not asking you for no money. I just need to use your phone.
Somebody's going to have to tell me, can you even call an Uber? Like, actually call an Uber? Because every time I order an Uber or a Lyft, I do it from the app. Because that's how you're meant to do it in 2023. I've never seen anybody actually call an Uber. Like, that's crazy to me.
That's it. That was it. That was all. And then from there, we sat on the porch and just shot the shit out.
I'm saying, you told me last night he was cool with that. Like, he wasn't.
Yeah, it wasn't
being weird. He was just like, oh yeah, I'll help you out.
Yeah, we just sat there on the porch. And he did ask me, he said, do you need a jacket? I said, no, I'm straight. Like, I'll be home.
Even that was a lie. Because he did end up getting a jacket from the guy. He can't tell the truth about anything.
As soon as the Uber come, I know it's probably going to cost me probably like $40 to get from me. I'm guessing. I don't know, but probably. But I had enough on my card to where I knew I can get home. And that was the main thing. I'm like, I'm just going home.
So I want you guys to pay attention to something. I'm going to back up for just a second. Notice Detective Carpenter, he taps his partner for something.
Jacket, I said, no, I'm straight.
As a way of saying, hey, look at your phone.
Like, I'll be home as soon as the Uber come. I know it's probably going to cost me probably like $40 to get from me. I'm guessing. I don't know, but probably. But I had enough on my card to where I knew I can get home. And that was the main thing. I'm like, I'm just going home. She can keep the money or whatever. I didn't even try to contact her further. I just was like, I'm gone. I'm calling this Uber and I'm going home. That's it.
Let me ask you this, Darrell. So you weren't out in Waukesha Saturday, just Sunday?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Nothing
That's another lie, because he was in Waukesha on Saturday, but let's continue.
physical yesterday. Like I told you, you're a part in the investigation. There's a lot of parts, right? In the investigation, there's people we talk. Well, this domestic abuse thing I'm telling you about, right? Okay.
So wait.
Hold on. Let me go.
I'm sorry. I
You
just
talked
had a
about-
question, but
You talked about being a religious man, right?
I can do better.
Yeah.
I can
We all
definitely do
could.
better.
We all could.
I'm not.
We all could.
No,
That's
it's
why.
perfect.
That's why.
Yesterday was a mistake. I should have just freaking watched the game and just fucking went home.
Right.
Because
And that's the thing. What do they teach us in Christianity? Darrell, that they teach us that we're broken, right? We're sinners. Even when we're born sinners. We're broken. That's why
Psalm 51,
we're so
17.
thankful for God's grace and forgiveness, right? When we ask for it. Even though we don't deserve it. But when we ask for it, he gives it. All right? You're a father. You got 3 children, 18, 14, and 7.
Yes, sir.
All right? You got a mama that raised you well. And a God you believe in.
Absolutely.
All right? And all of them are, here's the thing they'll all want, is to tell that you're telling the absolute whole truth and nothing but the truth, right?
Absolutely.
So help you God, right?
Absolutely.
Sound familiar? We've all heard that, right? And I just have concerns if I fact check that Darrell's not telling me the truth. You don't have a car, so Marcus had to bring you out. You don't own a car, your mom doesn't own a car, right? So Marcus had to bring you out. So why did we find you with a car key in your pocket?
It wasn't in my pocket. I don't even know where they said that was laying on the ground.
That's yours.
Yeah. It should have been by my ID.
Caught. Boom. You can't run from the vehicle now. It's over. Just like them people couldn't run from the vehicle, now neither can you, Darrell Brooks. Congratulations. You've officially lied yourself into a corner.
Yeah, it's yours. It's your car key, okay? Because it goes to Ford Escape in your mom's name, covered in Waukesha. Okay. Listen, Darrell. I'm trying to be as open and honest with you as I can be. You know, I'm Christian too, and believe me, I'm not perfect. And neither are you. And I'm not calling you a terrible man. I'm not saying you were out yesterday hunting, and just let me finish. But you did not walk to that house. You did not walk to that house. You did not come here in a tan Kia. You didn't.
And who?
You did not come out here in a tan Kia. Okay? You've got a key in your pocket to a car, your mom's name. Okay? And that key works for that car. For the love of God, Marcus. For yourself, for your family. You know what happened yesterday. For the people. Tell me what happened.
And that is the cliffhanger that we're going to leave part 1 on. Part 2 is coming very soon, but that is a lot of people, including me, our favorite part of this whole Darrell Brooks saga is the interrogation, because man, did that get good, and did it get good fast. But this is where Darrell Brooks starts to act very different. Yeah, starts to get real defensive. Realizes that these cops are not his friend. Realizes that all the lies he just tried to tell did not work. Oh, Darrell. Man, oh man, oh man. Well, guys, if you enjoyed this video, remember, like, share, subscribe, and make sure you turn those notifications on so you know every time I post. I'm coming with the heat frequently. Okay, this is what I do. I'm really enjoying it. You guys are giving back to me with the comments, so the energy transfer is just very mutual. And that's why I'm going to keep bringing this heat for you guys, because you guys want it. I'm going to deliver it. Don't forget, follow on Instagram at Alfonso McCree Jr. Send me any case recommendations. I already have a long list on this phone from recommendations you guys have just left in the comment section alone. Feel free anytime to hit me up on Instagram with case recommendations. I will try to get to as many as I possibly can. The which one is next? I'm sorry, real quick. I'm going to actually want to do the Bradley Yawn opening statement pretty soon. I think I might have that one. Not might. I'm definitely gonna try everything in my power to make sure I have that out this week. I might actually start working on that one as soon as I'm done recording this one. So for the time being, you guys know what to do. Stay safe, stay blessed, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.